Hi everyone, it's Ashley and I'm back with a new process video for a Flair for buttons, and I am working with some of the Loved theme Flair from the shop. I don't know the individual sets that these are from because I have so many Flair buttons, but I will try to find those in the shop and then link them in my post on the Flair for Buttons blog if you want to stop by and check that out. And so what I decided to do for this layout is kind of a fringe heart look. I'm using the Heart Day collection from Crate Paper, and it actually has some embellishments included with the collection that have a fringe heart, so I thought that would be a fun idea. And I'm using some papers that I've already cut for another project, so this is a good way to get rid of some of your papers that you might have and don't know if you can use them again. I wanted to get these worked into a new layout because I didn't order a lot of this. I actually got it from Paper Issues, but I only ordered about 4 sheets of the pattern paper just because I do have the collection as part of the Crate Paper design team, but I wanted a little bit of it for personal projects, and I didn't think I would do a whole lot of Valentine themed layouts, but just a few. And this actually is not even a Valentine photo, but you can still use whatever kind of photos you want with this collection. So what I'm doing is cutting the strips that I need to create the fringe look, and you can see I've got 4 cut there that I'm going to mix and match. And once I get all of those trimmed, I'm going to get my Martha Stewart fringe scissors. I bought these a long time ago. I've had them for a while, and I use them occasionally. If you don't have a set of these, you could just use regular scissors to cut your fringe. And I'm not being like super special careful here. I wanted it to be kind of messy with the fringe look, so if a little bit of it gets trimmed in the process, I didn't mind. But you can see that I'm just cutting part way up. I'm not cutting the whole way up the paper. And this is my largest piece. I just wanted to make sure that the whole heart was filled in. And this was pretty much what I could get cut from those papers that I had left. So it kind of worked out perfectly because this was just the right amount to put behind the heart that I cut from white cardstock. So I've got that one finished, and I'm going to flip my cardstock over and add it to the back side with some adhesive. Just trying to get it where I want it placed and make sure that it's all going to fill in that heart. Just checking the spacing for that piece that'll go at the bottom. And then I'm going to get that adhered down since I have it exactly in the spot that I want. And now I'm going to cut one of the smaller width sheets. And this one was easier to cut because I only needed to do the one cut on this one with the fringe scissors, so it went a lot faster. And I'm just going to do these 2 for you and show you how I get these attached onto the cardstock. So I'm just going to layer this piece under the first piece that I cut. And you can move your fringe around if you need to, just to get it in the spot that you want it. And this was a pretty quick layout. It didn't take that long because the die cut and the fringe did most of the work for me, so this was an easy one to put together. So you can see I've got it the way that I wanted it, and what I did was finish those other 2 pieces, and then I actually pulled the fringe through the front, and I trimmed it along the heart shape to keep that heart shape there. I placed another piece of white cardstock behind it to make it more stable, and also to fill in that back space behind the fringe so it wouldn't be an open spot there. And then I also machine stitched around the heart shape with some gold thread. So now I've got my photo added, and I'm going to start embellishing and using the Flair buttons. I like to layer my embellishments, and so that's the little fringe heart that I was talking about earlier that comes with this collection. So I wanted one of those Flair buttons to go over the top of it right there in the center. And I kind of cluster all my Flair buttons just across the page there with the embellishments, just so they're all right there together. And I wanted to look for something that I could layer the one on the right hand side over also to balance out the way the one on the left side was put on the layout. So I just got one of the little sticker hearts and added some pop dots to it to give it more dimension on the page. And these are some thickers I've had. I've purged a lot of stuff from my craft room, but there are some thickers that are just so generic, and I especially like the black foam thickers that I like to keep these just to have on hand if I'm doing something that I don't have a thicker set that matches the collection, or if I'm not cutting my title, my cameo, then I can just pop these on really quick. And I'm trying to figure out how I want to get together on there, and I thought I was going to cut it and kind of space it out, but that didn't work either. I just couldn't get the T in the right spot. So I actually end up moving it and then putting it back together, which once I'm done, you can't tell because that's the beauty of the foam thickers. If you cut them, then you can just put them right back together and it doesn't look like they were even cut. So that could have been a huge mistake, but since they come back together so easily, I was saved and didn't have to use a different title. So I'm just going to finish with a few more embellishments. I didn't want to use a lot of stuff to cover up the heart, so I'm just using a few things here and there, kind of going along that little band design across the heart. And these buttons can be used, these Flair buttons can be used for Valentine themed layouts, or they could also be used for every day. I've used some of these several times. I've had duplicates of these, so they're fun to use for any theme that you're doing with your photo. So I'm going to take part of this thicker sheet right here and cover up my photo so I can add some black splatters with my color shine. And that's going to finish things up. And you can check out the Flair for Buttons shop for any of these buttons or others that you're looking for. And I hope you enjoyed the video and that you give this process a try or this technique a try. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.